discuss everything about the Sirian civilizations, all of the different species living on the Sirius star system, and their contribution to our history. Let's start. The star Sirius is the brightest star in the Earth's night sky, and it's located in the Canis Major constellation. Sirius A is about twice as massive as the Sun and 25 times more luminous. Sirius B is its white dwarf companion, and it's much smaller in size. With regard to the inhabitants of Sirius, one should keep in mind that the Sirius system is the home of many galactic species, both physical and non-physical, humanoid and non-humanoid. Most of these races are quite benevolent towards mankind, but it is important to know that there is a minority of negative species focusing upon personal gain through imperialism, control, and manipulation. These negative species can mainly be found in the Sirius B system. The diversity of species in the Sirius system is quite large. Alex Collier mentions human inhabitants of the Sirius B system that are red, beige, gray, and black-skinned. There are some reptilian and aquatic beings as well. These aquatic beings are called Namos, and their home world is a planet in the Sirius star system that is mostly warm, covered with water. They are known for their highly advanced use of sound. The Namos play an important role in Earth's evolution. They are the guardians and guides of the portion of etheric Sirians who are incarnated in dolphin, whale, and mermaid bodies in order to maintain the biosphere of Earth. One of the most amazing sources of evidence of the existence of these beings comes from the Dogon tribe of West Africa, who has an extremely advanced knowledge of the Sirius star systems for so many years ago, when they weren't even discovered by scientists. The Dogon tribe is an isolated civilization inhabiting the central plateau region of Mali in Africa. The Dogon tribe is mostly known for their ancient, accurate cosmography and the legends of their ancestors from Sirius. According to Dogon legends, the Namos race visited them and told them the story of their watery planet within the Sirius cluster. The importance of the Dogon in 1930, when French anthropologists first heard legends from the Dogon priests. The Dogon tribe states that the Namos aquatic race descended to Earth from the heavens in a great boat, accompanied with extreme wind and loud noise. This extraterrestrial race gave the Dogon tribe incredible information about the Sirius star system and about their own home planet. They explained that the Sirius had a companion star, but it cannot be seen from Earth due to the brightness of Sirius A. Researchers have found Dogon artifacts 400 years depicting the orbits of this star. Years later, in 1970, astronomers finally had good enough telescopes to zoom in on Sirius, and they photographed Sirius B. The Dogons were right. They also identified the moons of Jupiter and the rings of Saturn without the use of a telescope. The Dogon tribe also claimed that there was a minuscule Sirius C star orbiting in proximity to the larger Sirius A and B. This aquatic extraterrestrial beings also appear in Babylonian, Akkadian, and Sumerian myths. Many people believe that dolphins and whales possess consciousness similar to the humans. These beautiful creatures anchor the vibration of unconditional love into our third-dimensional planet. There are many different beings living in the Sirius star system. One of the most benevolent Sirian race came from a planet near the star Vegan, located in the Lyran star system. After the Great Galactic War with the Draconian Empire, they were forced to retreat and settled in the Sirius star system. They are considered to be very close with the feline race, who also settled in Sirius, which we talked about in another video. According to Alex Collier, these beings are called the Cat A, and had a dark skin, but after millions of years, in their new home in Sirius, they developed a lighter, bluish skin due to ultraviolet light from the white dwarf sun. It is believed that the African race has its genetic origin in Sirius. This Sirian species are very spiritually advanced and vibrate a high frequency of love and compassion. They tend to be taller than us, with larger and more fully developed brains. In fact, the Sirian brain has another lobe above the frontal one, much like dolphins and whales have. It allows them to have stereoscopic vision in other dimensions. They can see inside of an object as well as the outside, an opposite side in the third dimension. Also, the Sirians, as well as cetaceans, have tremendous telepathic and psychic abilities. They live much longer than Earth humans. The Sirians were involved in the construction of ancient Egypt and are very good with technology, healing, and are considered great warriors. Earth. When it comes to Earth's galactic history, the Sirians play a major part. They were one of the first alien civilizations to visit our solar system eons ago. Some theories situate these first visits to Earth approximately 4 to 5 million years ago. They were just short-term visits, mainly for scientific reasons. A first permanent settlement was established approximately 1 million years ago in Latin America. It was followed much later by waves of colonizations, not only from Sirius, but also from Lyra, and later on, from Orions, Pleiadians, and some other races. When these colonizations of Earth took place, the Sirians started playing more and more of a crucial role in the history of our planet. Together with the feline Lyrans and the Pleiadians, they ended up creating two successful versions of mankind by blending some of their DNA with that of the less advanced humanoid species that existed at the time on Earth. Sirians are more advanced in the metaphysical sense, as Sirius is one of the most developed training centers or universities to which the ascended masters travel. Sirius has a direct link with our solar system and is a meeting place for beings from Earth who wish to continue their spiritual studies. The Sirians have been amongst us since the time of the Mayan and Egyptian civilizations. They gave the Egyptians much advanced astronomical and medical information, and also gave the Mayan race advanced knowledge. They helped the Earth during the time of the cataclysmic period in Atlantis. Lots of people, mainly active as healers, light workers, or body workers, here on Earth today, feel a strong affinity with Sirius. Many of them have lived on Sirius before. In fact, many of them even had numerous lifetimes, both on Earth and on Sirius, often during Lemurian and Atlantean times, when alien civilizations openly interacted with our ancestors. A lot of the Atlantean knowledge with regard to auras, subtle bodies, or crystal healing can be traced back to Sirius. It should therefore come as no surprise that the Egyptian goddess, Isis, who was associated with the Sirius star, was seen as the greatest healer, who could even restore Osiris's life and body after he had been murdered and cut into pieces by Seth. The Sirians are members of the Galactic Federation of Light, and sometime before our so-called recorded history, Earth used to be a part of this federation also. There are claims that differ from source to what happened that caused humans to either leave or be left out of the Federation after some sort of genetic manipulation disaster. But now, Earth is coming into a great change, and it seems everyone wants to be here to see what happens. Some as participants, like the Sirians and the Pleiadians, and some as observers. After the ascension, Earth will once again be an active member in the Galactic Federation. The ascension process and will manifest in many different ways, and it is up to all of us, collectively, to decide how will it occur, and when. Ascension starts with each of us, on the inside. The ascension will be like a key, opening and anchoring the light body with the physical, emotional, and mental bodies, allowing them to integrate and give each individual much greater access to higher dimensions and experiences of oneness with others. No one would ever have to feel loneliness again. There really would be no other, because everyone would realize their connection to the whole. Of course, all these things happening would still be the choice of everyone. What the future really holds, I don't know, but I envision a great paradigm shift and a rebirth for Earth and its symbiotic companions that live here physically and in other dimensions. We are all here to experience a fantastic journey, and there are many from other realms, dimensions, and star systems who are here to help us. The Sirius beings. They work with some of us on the third dimension in subtle ways that we cannot easily see with our 5 physical senses, and on higher dimensions in more blatant and direct ways, which we still can't perceive unless we have access to those dimensions. Well, we do have access, just not usually in a conscious state. So they often work with us in dream states when our consciousness is not being so affected by our personality and ego filters that make our worlds look like they are neat little boxes where everything either has to fit inside or else it's not real. We were designed to be guardians of this beautiful planet, like the dolphins and whales, and we will begin to do this in the future. As Earth humans, we will also travel out into space, becoming involved in the Galactic Federation and the greater universe. We have been under quarantine due to our dangerous governments and warlike attitudes, but this will lift when we ascend and unlock our true spiritual higher self. Together, united as one, we will bring the next golden age on Earth.